Welcome. We're going to be doing our math lesson for today. I'm just going to get this set up here. Okay, today we're going to be talking, this is topic 8-1. We're going to be looking at variables and expressions. And a variable is basically a letter or symbol, and it represents an unknown amount that you can change. And we've been talking about that before when we use letter X or N or A, B, Y. And then another thing that we want to talk about is an mathematical expression can be written with words, or it could also be written with symbols. So for example, for adding, we could write the word expression, the sum. Sum means adding. The sum of 9 and 3. That's one way you could write that. You could also write it as an expression. And I want you to start to think about a number sentence as an expression. 9 plus 3 is an expression. It means the sum of 9 and 3. Another way you could write that is 3 added to 9, or 3 more than 9. So now let's look at the subtraction terms. Subtraction, the word you see there usually is difference. The difference between 9 and 3. If I wanted to write it as an expression, I would write 9 take away 3, or 9 subtract 3. If I wanted to write it another way I could write it would be 3 subtracted from 9, or 3 less than 9. Those are those key words we've talked about before. What about multiplication? The product of 9 and 3. I'm going to hide this down here, sorry. We also have 3 times 9. That's our expression. We're looking at our expressions. Or 9 multiplied by 3, or 3 times 9. Those are all different ways we can say multiplication statements. Also, then the last one we have division. 9 divided by 3, or 9 divided by 3 in symbolic form or expression form. It's 9 separated into 3 equal parts. And I also want to remind you here that when we're doing division on a computer or a calculator, often there is no division. You need to use a slash, right? So if I'm going to do, I might write 9 divided by 3, 9 divided by 3, like that. Okay, and again, or you could write 9 over 3, because that's what that fraction bar means, division. Okay, so now I'm going to do the practice page with you. And if you don't have a printer, obviously you're just sort of following along with me, watching what I do. And then you'll have a chance to do the reteach page on your own. So 180 apples divided into 12 baskets. I'm writing an expression, a numerical expression. How would I write that? 180 divided by 12. And again, on the Chromebooks or computers, you would have to do it like this. 180 divided by 12, because there's no division button there. Okay, number 2, 5 more than 3 times 8. So there's 2 things happening there. 5 more means adding 5. 3 times 8, right? So you could do 3 times 8 plus 5. Because again, we got 3 times 8 plus 5. Could you write that the other way? Yes. It doesn't matter which way you write it, because adding is, order doesn't matter in adding. Okay, next up. 3 times the sum of 13 and 16. So we've got the sum of 13 and 16, 3 times that. Okay, so I'm going to write this one the other way this time. 3 times the sum of 13 and 16. Again, I'm going to add these 2 together and then multiply times 3. 9 fewer than 72 divided by 3. Okay, and again, fewer means subtraction. So here the order does matter. So I'm going to do 72 divided by 3. And I'm going to put that in parentheses, and I'm going to take away 9. So I need to do this one first and then 9. Okay, so now here they go in the opposite direction. I'm going to write this in word form. So I'm going to say this is the sum of 3 and 20. The sum of, and there's no E on sum. The sum of 3 and 20. Is there another way you could write that? Yeah, I could say I could take this over here so we could have 3 added to 20, or 3 more than 20, right? Let's do the next one. 8 times, so the difference, subtraction means difference, right? So I could say 8 times the difference of 12 and 6, right? So we're finding the difference in 12 and 6, so we're doing 8 times that. And then we have 40 take away 2, so you could say 2 less than 40. Is there another way you could write that? Yes. Now this one, they're saying, find the 2 different ways you could write this little expression here. Well, we have 52 plus 8, so I'm going to do that. The sum of 52 and 8 divided by 30. And if I looked at my sheet, what's another way I could write that? Division. I'm looking at my division column. Whoops, I didn't put it into the camera. Here's my division column. I could put it into 9 divided by 3, or 9 separated into 3 equal parts. So I could do that here. The sum of 52 and 8 into 30 equal parts. So I'm going to just copy that down. The sum of 52 and 30, 52 and 8, sorry, into 30 equal parts. Yikes, I'm running out of space. Okay. And then it says, do 5 plus 3 and 3 plus 5 represent the same expression? And yes, they do. Yes, because order doesn't matter in addition. Now, it does matter in other operations, but not in addition. In multiplication, order does not matter. Okay, Dan is 12 inches taller than Jay. Jay is 54 inches tall. Which expression shows Dan's height? So again, Jay is 54 and Dan is 12 inches taller than Jay. So we're going to be adding, right? Because he's taller than Jay. So 54 plus 12. And so the answer, I'd put my X in that box, 54 plus 12, and then explain what the expression, what does this mean? Well, again, you're just writing it in words. The sum of, and I'm just going to draw arrows here because I'm running out of space, times 6, right? The sum of those two numbers times 6. That's just what writing expressions means. Explaining what are these number sentences? What does that really mean, right? What does 54 plus 12 really mean? What does 54 take away 12 really mean? That's what they're saying. Okay, so now for your assignment today, you're going to go on and you'll see boxes to type in. You're just going to write, and I did a couple for you because, again, I didn't know if you knew how to use the division bar. It's just the slash. So these are division. 32 divided by 16, 84 divided by 4. So I did those for you, and I did this one for you so you could see what you're supposed to be doing. So number 2, the difference between 20 and 6. So think about, what would that be? The difference. Again, we're thinking about subtraction. 7 less. Which one of these up here means less? 2 more. It's getting right, then 10. Which one of these shows more, right? We've got more, we've got less, we've got times, and we've got equal parts. Okay? The product of, and I did this one for you too. Now down here, you're writing them in word form. The product of 5 and the difference of these two, right? So here, how would I write this one? How would I write 4 times 9? All you have to do is write it in word form. 4 times 9, right? 11 plus 8 take away 2, right? So you could say 11 more than the difference of 8 and 2, right? 11 more than the difference of 8 and 2, right? So see if you can finish the rest on your own. And again, that's posted in Google Classroom. Again, I'll be doing a math tomorrow. If you want to join me for math, it's at 10 o'clock. And that's all we have for our math video today. Stay tuned.